Hi there, I'm Justin Selby. I'm a mentor here at Leaducation, and today I will be showing you how to take effective notes. So today we'll go over the course overview and the plan for each day, the importance of note-taking, the useful materials, and some tips, and then we'll have a short little beginner level practice video that is asynchronous. So today, as I said, we'll go over importance, materials, tips, and have some practice. The structure for day 2 will look pretty similar, but different content. So fast speakers, thinking about content, and symbols and abbreviations. And there will be an intermediate level practice video that is also asynchronous. And then on day 3, we'll talk about some different types of note-taking, including Cornell notes, visual notes, and mind/concept maps, depending on who you ask. Some practice for each asynchronous again, and then some optional additional practice that is, again, asynchronous. So why is taking notes, important? It's very, very important for classes in high school and college, and any further education like grad school, and especially for quizzes and tests in high school and college. Studies have shown that the act of writing down information and then recalling it at a later date helps the brain remember information more clearly, and it establishes a bigger connection inside the brain. And so that's why, especially writing it down on paper will help your brain remember it more and make you more prepared for any tests or quizzes or anything else that you're taking notes for. It allows you to engage with the material because you have to be paying attention to be taking notes. It's an accessible and concise storage of information, so you don't have to be looking through a bunch of different resources like a lecture and the slides and a handout. It's all in one place. And then it's super useful for lots of professions, including secretaries, journalists, stenographers, lawyers, scribes, doctors, nurses, scientists, researchers, and many, many, many more. So some useful materials. If you're writing by hand, notebooks are super, super useful because the paper is all in one place. I love these notebooks. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but it's the upper left ones because they are full page length, so they have lots and lots of space, but composition notebooks also work great. And then I love using mechanical pencils because they're refillable and they write super clearly and cleanly. But I know people who prefer pens and who also like to have a colorful array of pens and highlighters to color coordinate because that works for them. You can also use a computer to take notes. One downside to that is that, or I should start with the upside. The upside is that you can write down more information, but that means that a lot of people will tend to just copy down verbatim what the speaker is saying. And so you have to make sure that you are being careful about thinking critically, which is something that we will talk about on day 2. And you can also use a tablet and write down that information. And there are some apps that will even convert your writing into text. And so that can be super useful since, again, that will all be stored in one place. Some helpful tips: pause videos as much as you need. So if you're watching maybe a recorded lecture or a YouTube video and they say something super important or there's a key definition on the screen, you can pause it and just write that down, and that's super helpful. Or you can slow the video down if you need to, if it's too fast. Definitely write down anything you see on the screen because if it's on there, then it's probably very important. Make a plan in advance for how you're going to format your notes because you don't want to be day of in the moment trying to figure out like, oh, do I need to, put this in bullet points? Should I, make a list? Should it be centered in the middle? Where am I going to put this on the page? And sometimes you have to make those decisions, but it will help a lot if you can just focus on the content and not where it's going to go on the page or on the screen. Definitely do your best to save space because you don't want to overwhelm yourself later when you look back at your notes. Because if you have like a full 2 pages, that's going to be a little more overwhelming than a page or a page and a half, and it will also be easier to find the information that you need to find. Keep your notes organized in one place. That's why notebooks are super great, because it's not a bunch of loose paper, it's all bound together. Or if you're taking notes on your computer, put it all in a folder or subfolders if you like that, or those apps on tablets will keep your notes organized for you. And if you're attending a one-off lecture or webinar, write down the names of speakers in case you need them later, and also their emails if they provide them, or a way to contact them in case you have follow-up questions. So today for practice, we'll just do a quick little beginner video. It's a TED Talk, which can be kind of intimidating, but I promise this one isn't super complicated. It's just talking about math and kind of the inherent ability that we all have inside of us. And so I'm not going to be checking these notes or anything for any of the videos. This is just for you to practice and get a sense of what kind of organization and formatting you want to do, what kind of, I don't know, you can take it on computer, or you can type it on your computer, or you can write on paper. I don't really have a preference at this point, but later on we'll try out some different types of notes. But yeah, that's it for today, and I'll see you next time.